Okay, discussion board 4.2 says that I can upload a video for this link. So let's begin. Manager's hot seat. Ethics. Let's make a deal. Fourth quarter deal. Jason Powell, Director, New Accounts. Jason Powell received a Bachelor's of Arts in Communication at Rutgers University and has been working in a managerial capacity for over 8 years. He has worked as Customer Service Associate, Manager of Client Support, Director of Client Services, Director of Client Relations, and Multimedia Consultant at various companies including Dow Jones and Company, Thomas Financial, Bankwatch, and Carson Group, and Trial Graphics. Here at Smith and Blackwell, a financial service company, Jason has a director of new accounts managing a team of 25 people. Jason has this managerial position for 4 years. In the past 2 years, invests have fallen over 50% department wide. Gina Travers, Assets Manager. Gina Travers received a Bachelor of Science in Finance at Syracuse University and has been working within the financial industry over 9 years. Gina has been working with Smith and Blackwell for 4 years, was hired by Powell as Assets Manager, is responsible for up to $6 million of investments per year. To date, for the year 2002, Gina has brought in $3.5 million of investments. 3 principles to guide ethical conduct. Principles to guide ethical conduct: utilitarian model, moral rights model, justice model. Concepts in ethical behavior: ethics, moral principle or belief of what is wrong and right. Organizational stakeholders, employees, customers, suppliers, and others who have interest, claim, or stake to the organization and what it does. Societal ethics, standards that govern how members of society are to deal with each other on issues such as fairness, justice, poverty, and the rights to the individual. Professional ethics, standards that govern how members of the profession are making decisions when the way they should have behaved not clear. Individual ethics, personal standards that govern how individuals are interact with others. Social responsibility and managers' duty or obligations to make decisions that promote the welfare and well-being of stakeholders and society as a whole. Organizational culture, the set of values, norms, standards, and behavior and shared expectations that influence the way in which individuals, groups, and teams interact with each other and cooperate to achieve organizational goals. Social responsibilities, low to high, obstructions approach, defensive approach, accommodative approach, and proactive approach. Source for code of ethics, top, social ethics, going down, organizational code of ethics, from the top going up, professional ethics, individual ethics. Jason Powell is in the midst of turbulent period for his department. As the economy worsens, the department is facing layoffs and downsizing. If the fourth quarter numbers do not improve substantially, up to half of the staff will be laid off, and the year-end bonuses will be eliminated. The environment is stressful and morale is low. Jason has many meetings with employees over the past week, allaying anxiety about the department's future. He is trying to reinforce employees on their works. Gina Travers, like many people, come to his office without an appointment. As the meeting unfolds, questions Jason confronts will appear at the bottom of the screen. Respond as you go.
Jason, I have such awesome news for you. I'm so glad you're here. Do you know that Betsy said that you had left to go out of town, and I was wondering, is he going to be here or not? And I have awesome news.
Yeah, great.
I have Bestel, who's interested in investing $4 million in this company immediately. All we have to do is sign a few papers, and we're done. Now, the chairman of the board, do you remember Jack Schneider? Do you remember when he came in?
I do.
Okay.
Of course.
So I've known him since I was a kid. He's almost like an uncle to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said that basically this is a done deal. Now, his shareholders, they don't get together until 2 weeks after the fourth quarter. But that's not really a problem because he's basically talked to me and I've worked everything out and done everything that he wanted me to do.
Does he have to get the shareholders to approve the deal?
Well, yeah, of course. But that doesn't...
So how is he going to do that if the quarter ends? He can't legitimately sign a deal before he gets shareholder approval.
Okay, technically I know what you're saying, but I'm telling you I know this guy. He was like Thanksgiving when I was growing up, we would have, picnics together and stuff like that. And he's given me the okay. He says he's actually got these shareholders on his side. They don't have this meeting. That's kind of a technical problem. But other than that, he said he'll do it. So it's really not a problem.
I mean, if he does that, though, are we authorized to go ahead and push through this deal?
Jason's skeptical.
There's a lot of pressure in our department right now.
There's a lot of pressure.
You're going to be here, whatever.
Seems to me the deal
if we can get this through, that'd be great. But I just, I don't want to. I'm not going to sign the guy's name or something just to get it through. I guess my question is, how is he legitimately going to be able to get this signed for us before our quarter ends?
Okay, he's chairman of the board. He can make these kinds of decisions, and I know that this isn't exactly perfect procedure, but I think at this point, this is something that we both have to look at. I mean, I need my job, right? Yeah, you need your job. People are expecting their bonuses. I'm trying to give you a solution, right? And that doesn't mean that everything is going to be, to the letter perfectly done according to every single policy that we have, but it does mean that it'll save this company. And I've got this thing sitting here right now, and it's an awesome thing for Bestel, okay? But it's also an incredible thing for us, and it's an opportunity that really, I think it'd be a bit insane to miss it.
Oh, I agree. I mean, obviously, I'd love to get this deal pushed through and, make you look like a superstar. It helps me out. Our department, is back on track again.
So basically, we're on the same page here, right? Okay, so what do I need to do to get you to agree to do this, like within the next few days?
Well,
Jason's behavior demonstrates
that we need to do. First, I want something caution in writing from you that spells out the details of the deal. Number one, and number two, I want to get on the phone. I think it'd be a good idea for you and I both to get on the phone with Jack and just discuss this, just so that I have a good comfort level going into this.
Okay, well, there's nothing about this that's going to be comfortable. We just need to do it because it's the right thing to do. And I don't understand. Like, if I put this in writing, the whole idea is that you and I can get this done, right? We've known each other 4 years. We can get this done. If we tell everybody about this, obviously it's not going to go through. I mean, let's be honest, right?
Well, I don't see. Why do you think that?
Why do I think that? What are you talking about? Of course, that's how it's going to work, right?
Well, I don't understand why you're so anxious to get this thing pushed through right away.
Well, you don't understand why I'm anxious?
Well, I mean, I think
Jason, I'm anxious because I want to keep my job, okay? I need that bonus. I just bought a new house.
Right, I understand, but
I care about the company. It's not,
I think we just need to relax. I think we just need to relax and make sure. I really hate when people tell me to relax. The right way.
Okay, the right way is the loser way. It's not going to work that way, all right?
Well, so are you telling me then? I mean,
no, look, we need a little.
When you first came in here, I really thought that you made it sound like this is a legitimate thing that's going to go through.
It's not that it's not legitimate. I am just saying that nobody.
Changing your tune.
Okay, nobody got ahead by not using a little bit of imagination and taking a risk, Jason. Obviously, you're more conservative than I am. I'm ambitious, and I want this thing to go through, and I care about the company. And the greater good is to get this thing through. Done deal.
I think it's really unfair of you to accuse me of not caring about the company. We've worked together a long time. You know as well as I do that I could put my heart and soul into the
Okay, but then you have to take a risk. You can't just...
I agree. I have two things that I really need to worry about. One of them is making sure that this division is profitable. And
what are the risk factors?
Right now,
losing a deal,
as you know.
Okay, so
we just had that meeting. But I have
another
very big important part of my job is to make sure that we get things processed
legal.
Properly.
Okay, but properly is not the way that this is going to work. Obviously, okay. I have given you the best deal.
I'm a little leery now because you just came in here and you said to me, "Oh, I got this great deal. It's going to work out fine." And now you're kind of changing your tune and saying, "Well,
yeah, but you're putting stops on this. That's not the way to do good business. I want to get this done.
Well, that's not true.
I want to save this company. I want everyone to get their bonuses. I don't have to do this with you. I can go ahead. I can step over you and go straight to Ralph. Would you like me to do that, or would you like to do this in the next few days and be a hero to all of your people? They'll get their bonuses. There won't be any layoffs, and our company will be doing great.
All right,
but right now, you don't look so good.
Can I just talk for a minute? You know what? That's all well and good. And you know what? Honestly, if you feel that strongly about it that you want to go over me, that's fine. I don't think that it's, I think if you take some time and think about it, that's not such a wise move for you.
Who do you know
in a
who
company.
hasn't taken a risk? Okay, do you have any mentors who haven't taken a risk to get something going?
You know that I take risks too. We've worked together for a long time. You know that I have.
I think you're making a big mistake. That's all. I care about you, and I want this to go well, and I don't want you to lose your job.
Well, you're giving me mixed signals here. You just said 2 minutes ago, you just said, I'm going to go over your head, and now you're telling me that you care about me. My eyebrow is going to raise over this deal because, I can't figure out, I have a feeling there's just a lot of pressure on you that you're feeling now to get this done.
Well, of course I have pressure on me. You have pressure on you as well. We've got to get it done. And the way I see it, look, Jason, it's really too bad.
We have to do this the right way, though. We can't
do it the right way. I've been over it with you, and at this point, I don't really see that we're going to...
If it's not going to go through the right way, I don't feel comfortable doing it.
Well, then you just sit right here, and you just wait to lose your job, but I'm not going to do that. So you have until 10 o'clock tonight, okay, to give me a call and let me know if you're on board with this. Otherwise, I'm going to Ralph.
Well,
do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Well, you know what? You already have my answer, and I don't appreciate you giving me an ultimatum. My answer is I need something in writing, and I want to get on the phone with you.
Well, that's really too bad.
And if you don't want that to happen, then I'm not signing off on it.
I'm not losing the deal.
Oh, I'll tell Jack. The meeting just ended with Jason shares his thoughts about how the meeting went with Gina Travis. He discusses what steps he would take next and how he feels about the interaction with Gina. Click to hear what Jason has to say after you watch the meeting and entered your responses.
I don't think the meeting went very well at all. She seemed to be too anxious and too focused on getting her year-end bonus and securing her job and quote unquote saving the department. Obviously she didn't like what I had to say and vice versa. The biggest thing that worried me was that Gina was so focused and so excited and so worried without really considering the ramifications of if the deal, if something got botched up and there was some kind of legal action taken. She just wanted to kind of push it through without really considering all the consequences. Yep. The risk of Gina's plan was that she wanted to push through the contract before it was legitimately approved by the shareholders or just legitimately approved, period. I wasn't willing to sign off on the deal, for the sake of getting a deal signed so that the money comes in and we can book that before the year end. I guess I needed to find out more details, which Gina didn't seem like she was willing to give up. She just was purely just wanted to sign me to. She was basically trying to sell me to sign off on the deal. There's still a 2-week window there where we certainly have time. It didn't need to get done and signed today, this afternoon, or tonight. We certainly could have looked into it and see if there was any alternative to getting the thing signed or to getting it booked before our year ends. My own opinion about risk is you just want to, there's always going to be risk involved, but you want to minimize it. You want to do whatever you can to minimize the risk in any deal that you go into. That being said, you don't want risk to be something that holds up something from getting signed or pushed through. You have the accountants and the lawyers on one hand and the salesmen on the other, and the salesmen just want to get things signed, kind of like Gina that just wanted to push things through. And then, the accountants want to mull over every little detail and every word in a contract, which slows things down. So, you need to get some kind of balance there. And I guess that's the manager's role, really, is to try to be kind of in between the making sure that it's going to be a responsible deal and that you're accounting for it properly. It's not going to come back and haunt you down the road. But also still pushing through the deal, still getting your salespeople to sign deals. And in this particular case, I lean more toward the accountant, because who I had in front of me, she was, absolutely just trying to sell me on the idea of I assumed she wanted me to sign off on this thing without even looking it over. And as I questioned her more and more, we kind of got into more specifics about, that the shareholders weren't going to approve or weren't going to meet until after our quarter ends. And there's just more details that came out that raised red flags, I think, as our conversation went on. So yeah, in that case, I'm definitely playing the accountant or the auditor and trying to get more information out of her so that I don't sign something that gets me into trouble.
Compare your responses to Jason's reactions and statements. You have watched the meeting and listened to the episodes before asking this assessment. My response: Jason is skeptical because the deal seems fishy. It is vague, contrary to procedures, and potentially illegitimate. Manager's response says Jason is skeptical because he seems the deal is fishy. The vagueness in the deal, coupled with the sentiment of panic and rush, led him to doubt its legitimacy. Jason's behavior demonstrated caution. He is being cautious about the deal to ensure that everything is proper before moving forward. Manager's response says that he is cautious. Based on Gina's demeanor and information she presented, Jason is cautious about moving forward. My response: because Gina is overexcited, Jason should request a written proposal about the deal. She is in no state to have a meeting, and choose a different style of communication would be better. It says Jason tries to get Gina to calm down and to no avail. He asks for a written report, but does not attempt to stop the meeting, and therefore the meeting continues to escalate. My response: the major risk factor is making an illegal deal. If they proceed as planned, they could be breaking the law and be legally liable. The most important risk factor for Jason is potentially engaging in illegal activity. My response is Jason should reprimand Gina for making a threat. He needs to address that she is not behaving fairly or appropriately. My response: Jason points out that her threat is inappropriate and that it is an unwise manner in which to conduct business. My response: Jason should call Jack himself and ascertain whether the deal is legitimate. It is appropriate to sidestep Gina given the situation. Manager says Jason would not approve Gina's deal unless she is willing to prove more information. There's adequate time to review the deal thoroughly. I guess I didn't really understand the last question. Next. Who said what to whom? Click the items on the left. Find out how the manager and employees have been interacting in the weeks preceding the meeting. Now create your report. Confidential. Jason, as discussed last Friday, we are devising a plan of action should the fourth quarter members in the new accounts department be as dismal as they are currently forecasted. I expect that you've already given your department the YE bonuses should not be expected or counted on in any way, and that there may be impending layoffs. Economically speaking, your department is the only one with any fat on it, and that is where we'll start first, should layoffs be necessary. All that said, I need you to generate a reconstructing report that delineates overlaps and skill sets so that we can plan accordingly. It is too soon to say anyone will be let go, but we will need to seek out our targets and downsizing possibilities. I would like this report by the end of the week, and of course, this shall remain confidential information until otherwise noted. Robert Kenny. Gina's notes based on the deal. Invest $4 million in high lucrative package. Choose 7 of the 12. He doesn't care. Jack to wire money. Get wired to the distributors as above. Run papers following quarter. We'll get all signatures 3 weeks from today. Arguments from Powell. We get $4 million. We get our bonuses. Save our jobs. Minor sidestep in procedure. The money will be in, and the shareholders will have to sign off. Jack is CEO, and he has authority, need to be ambitious, take risk, blah, blah, blah. To do, meet with Powell, confirm plans with Jack, get banking note, etc., get Sally to push stock package numbers, order my cashmere coat. That's funny. One voice message. Press button to listen.
You have one saved message.
received on Monday, December 8, 2002 at 9:14 a.m.
Hi, Gina, honey. This is Jack. So, I've reviewed everything you sent over, and it looks wonderful. All systems are go over here, and I'm assuming you're all set as well. Let me know when you want to run the process, and if you need any more of our info, I'll send it over. I really appreciate this, and I'm so glad you and I have come up with something to benefit both of our interests. You've really grown up to be some kind of businesswoman. It's hard to believe. Anyway, give my love to your parents. Thanks, honey.
Okay. Pass or fail. Write a report grading the manager on his or her management skills, techniques, and overall performance. Include concrete instructions on how you would do it differently or better. Okay, how do you do this? Write text here. Oh, here you go. I think that the manager the meeting he enabled give her points. The deal seemed fishy in a legal point. Okay, email. Who did I email this to? Let's see. Jesus. What do I do? Save. Additional info. Meeting with Gina. Download. Is that it? I guess that's it. Let's try this. Let's email it to myself, see what happens. To Isn't it? Dina. Meeting. Email. From public@gmail.com. Okay. I guess it's done. Okay. Cancel. Missed this.